Welcome to Under the Hood, a FuelAI mini-series spotlighting the people behind the data powering AI. I'm Virginia Puccio, founder and CEO of FuelAI. Each episode features a top bounty hunter and the impact they're making. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the FuelAI MiniPod. I'm here today with Yootha, and she is one of FuelAI's top-ranked bounty hunters in British Columbia, Canada. And I'm excited to welcome her to the show today. Hi, Yootha.
Hi, Virginia. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you today?
Great, thank you.
Good, good. All right, so we're going to jump into a few questions. The first thing I wanted to ask you about was about how long you've been a bounty hunter and your time. How did you hear about FuelAI? I noticed, I did some research before we jumped into this podcast today, and you registered number 129 of all of our bounty hunters. You were the 129th person to register. So you've been here a while. Tell me a little bit about it.
All right, so I was introduced by my aunt. Actually, she put it in the group chat. She says, I have this opportunity if anyone's interested, if anyone would like to make some extra money. So at that time, I just kind of looked at it, but then I guess work was fine. It was keeping me busy. But then there was a point where I decided I needed some extra cash. A little extra income wouldn't hurt. So I asked her about it again, and she said it's very easy. I guess she sent me a LinkedIn link. Then I went through there. Then I registered, and then I waited a couple of weeks just to kind of familiarize myself and read up on what was needed. And then I went on my first bounty hunt, which was great.
Awesome. That's so great. Cool. Okay. So thank you to your aunt.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool. So I'm curious about, aside from what you mentioned, what made you want to join? And were you apprehensive at first? What you kind of sounded like you waited a little bit. What were you apprehensive about? I know when we spoke earlier, you mentioned, when we spoke previously, you mentioned that you were attracted to Fuel AI's mission, but what made you want to join, and did you have any apprehension?
I guess the only apprehension I could say I had was I've tried to get second jobs or just other ventures, but there's a long onboarding process. So they want you maybe to do interviews, a few interviews here and there. They want you to have specific availability. So I just wanted something very casual. And then so when my aunt sent me that, I kind of looked it over, but I wasn't sure how easy it would be to onboard me. And then also if I would be able, because I have a full-time job, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to fulfill what was needed. But then there was a point where I just needed extra money, so I decided to look into it, and she said it's very easy, and I just registered, and then really very simple to onboard, which was amazing. And it's a truly flexible job because you don't have to be available specific days. It's just when you're free, you can go out and bounty hunt. So I really was very happy to see that.
Oh, that's great. I love to hear that. That's really cool. So tell me about maybe some of the missions that you work on, or what is it like? What do you go out and do?
All right, so I work for BC, Canada. It's electronics missions typically. So those are the ones I work on. So I go in, I'm looking for there's printers, there's PCs, there's laptops. So my thing is to go out there and capture images of what they need, everything that's not on clearance, and then also take a picture of the price tag, just so we have all that information. And it's really just going in when after work or whenever I have some free time, when I get the bounty hunt, and I go in there and snap the pictures, try to be in there quick, just so it doesn't look very weird. But yeah, I'm just I have my process when I go in. I just go to where I need to go, snap my pictures, and then I'm out.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So it sounds like you're in and out.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really
Yes.
cool. So what would you say is the best part about being a bounty hunter?
Well, there's a lot of positives for sure. One is just the flexibility. It's absolutely amazing. Second thing is just how easy it is to onboard. Third thing is you get paid weekly, which, is just excellent. And also just you get to see, I guess, in the stores, what's on sale, what's going to be on sale, the things that have changed, the new items, what's on display. So it's just interesting. If you're into electronics, it's a really good way to keep up to date with what's happening out there.
Oh, that's awesome. And you mentioned like you get in and out quickly, but do you have any
Yes.
tips for a successful data capture? Like some things, tips or tricks that you've learned along the way?
You have to be really good with your phone. Just be able to snap what's needed without having to, there's a lot of people that do the zoom in and it looks awkward, but I think that if you're just easy, like it comes natural to you to take the photos, then it's just quick and easy. But I do notice there's some stores that have people like it's more sales oriented. I guess every store is, but there's some that really drive the sales commission
Mm.
based of it. So you will have people coming up to you, and so you just have to be your normal friendly self, and also just be able to tell them, "Hey, I'll let you know if I need help," just so they're not just hounding you. Because I think they think that you need help if you're just in the store for that amount of time. But if you let them know I'm fine, then that means you can get on with what you need to get on with, and then be done quick and easy.
No,
And if
that's
you do
great.
have questions, you can always let them know. If you need to be pointed to a specific area, they'll let you know where to find it as well.
Oh, that's great. So it sounds like you've had a pretty good experience in the store.
Yes.
Yes.
And that,
Okay, good. I know sometimes being in the store can be tricky depending on
yeah.
which retailer and which location and that kind of thing. So good. I'm glad to hear you've had a good experience. So speaking of experiences, do you have anything like any fun or interesting experiences or like weird experiences that you've had when you were capturing data?
Nothing really weird for me. It's just certain stores you will have the salespeople on you because they're making the commissions and they want to make sure when they see you as the sales. So you just have to be able to, just to talk to them and just, obviously we're not lying to them or but we're just saying that if I need you. But then really I'm typically very much in and out. I just let them know, hey, I'll let you know if I need anything. Then I just continue on with what I need to do. So yes,
Okay.
that's all I've seen so far.
Okay, awesome. And tell me a little bit about what's your educational background and your work background, if you don't mind sharing. You mentioned that you do a full-time job, but I'm
Yes.
just curious because I think we have, of the bounty hunters that I've spoken to so far have really interesting paths and a lot of different work experience and educational experience. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
All right. So for me, I do typically admin roles. So right now I'm working for an investment firm. So we have a small team and I help them with the admin side of things. But I've worked in a hospital. I've done admin in a hospital. I've worked for an HR firm and I've done their admin there. So I tend to stick to paperwork. So, and then obviously I deal with a lot of clients and a lot of people. So that's kind of what I do. So this, when I do the Fuel AI, it's just nice to be able to just walk around and just, it's work, but I'm not doing what I normally do. It's a nice change. So I do enjoy that. And for my educational background, I'm just one of those people still up to this age figuring out what I want to do. I've done computer science. I've done obviously healthcare. I wanted to work in a hospital and I wanted to push for that. So now maybe I'm in the investment side of things.
How much do you make as a bounty hunter? You mentioned you get paid every week, but like, what does it look like typically for you?
Right. So for typical stores, you're going to make I guess about 40 US dollars. So maybe about 50 Canadian here. And depends on whatever you sign up for. Typically there's sometimes where there's a big bounty hunt. So there's apart from the electronics, they include appliances, which is where you can make a lot more money. And so I think that's usually once a month. But some paychecks are like $500 per week, which is a really nice paycheck but you obviously you're going to visit a lot of stores. And I know it's, depending on how many bounty hunters are in your area, they're going to dish them out kind of equally. So yes, but I have made up to $500 in 1 week, which is really
Wow, that's
nice.
great. Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
really nice, yes.
Very cool. Okay,
Yes.
and then last question I have for you is if somebody was thinking about becoming a bounty hunter, and they wanted your advice, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, first of all, get a good phone and be familiar with your phone. Also, if you're going to sign up, because initially they'll send you the information of what you're supposed to do, the instructions. So make sure you read everything and make sure you're clear before you go on your first bounty hunt. And it's sometimes good to know like the specific stores that we bounty hunt at. So it's good to kind of go there maybe beforehand and just get familiar with the layout, just so it's easy for you and you're not looking a little awkward when you go in there. You just get to where you need to go and you get that done. And just really be quick with your phone. I think some of us were good with just one-handed picture taking. Some people, they need to do this, a lot of this. So maybe we might be good to brush up on that.
Oh, I think that's a really good idea to go in and like kind of scope out where you're going to be so you can
Yes.
know, oh, if I have to take pictures of, like you said, phones, where are the phones? If I have to take pictures of laptops, where are the laptops and things like that. That's a really smart piece of advice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you spending time with us today
Thank you.
and happy hunting.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care. Thanks,
Take
Yootha.
care. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching Under the Hood. We'll be back next week with another story from the people behind the data. FuelAI is a global marketplace connecting data collectors to AI builders for first-party AI training data. See you soon.